In the year 60 AD, the Roman Empire was at the height of its power. Its legions marched across Europe, conquering all in their path. But in the distant lands of Britannia, a warrior queen dared to challenge Rome itself. Her name was Boudica, and her rebellion would shake the empire to its core. This is the story of Boudica, the Celtic queen of the Iceni, and her fierce rebellion against Rome. Boudica was the queen of the Iceni, a Celtic tribe in what is now eastern England. She was described by the Roman historian Cassius Dio as a woman of great height, with long red hair flowing past her waist, and a piercing gaze that struck fear into her enemies. The Iceni were one of many British tribes living under a fragile alliance with Rome. When the Romans first arrived in 43 AD, some tribes resisted, while others, like the Iceni, chose to cooperate. Boudica's husband, King Prasutagus, ruled as a client king under Rome, meaning he kept his kingdom but swore loyalty to the empire. He hoped this would protect his people, but Rome had no interest in Celtic traditions or loyalty. It wanted complete control. When Prasutagus died around 60 AD, he left his kingdom to both his daughters and the Roman Emperor Nero, hoping to secure peace. But the Romans saw this as weakness. Instead of honoring the alliance, the Roman governor Gaius Suetonius Paulinus ordered the seizure of Iceni lands. Roman soldiers stormed the Iceni capital, looting homes, enslaving nobles, and brutally punishing those who resisted. The worst atrocity was committed against Boudica and her family. She was publicly flogged, and her daughters were assaulted by Roman soldiers. This was more than just cruelty. It was an insult to her honor, a declaration that the Romans saw her people as nothing more than slaves. But the Romans had made a grave mistake. They had underestimated Boudicca. Humiliated but unbroken, Boudicca swore vengeance. She called upon other British tribes, including the Trinovantes, who also suffered under Roman rule. Her words ignited a fire in the hearts of her people, and soon she had assembled a massive army, tens of thousands of warriors, men and women alike, all ready to drive the Romans out of Britannia. The first target, Camulodunum, modern-day Colchester, a Roman settlement and the former capital of Roman Britain. Camulodunum was a symbol of Roman oppression. The Iceni and their allies stormed the city, slaughtering the inhabitants and burning everything to the ground. The few Roman soldiers stationed there were no match for the Celtic warriors. Even the famous Temple of Claudius, where citizens took refuge, was set ablaze, burying them alive. Word of the massacre spread like wildfire. The Romans had thought the Britons were conquered, but Boudicca had just proved them wrong. Governor Suetonius Paulinus rushed to respond, but he quickly realized the Roman forces were too few. Instead of defending Londinium, modern-day London, he abandoned the city, leaving it to its fate. When Boudicca arrived, she showed no mercy. The city was razed to the ground. Every Roman man, woman, and child was slaughtered. The destruction was so complete that when archaeologists excavated London, they found a thick layer of charred earth, the scar of Boudicca's vengeance. Then, after burning 3 cities to the ground and killing over 70,000 Romans, Boudicca's forces finally met Suetonius Paulinus's army head-on. Though heavily outnumbered, the Romans were highly disciplined, and they chose the perfect battlefield, a narrow gorge with forests on either side, preventing Boudicca's warriors from surrounding them. The battle was brutal. The Britons, though fierce, could not break the Roman formations. As exhaustion set in, the Romans counterattacked, cutting down thousands. The battle turned into a massacre, with Boudicca's army annihilated. With her army destroyed, Boudicca refused to be captured. Some say she took poison, while others believe she died of illness. No one knows for certain. But what is certain is her legacy. Though she did not defeat Rome, her rebellion shook the empire and forced the Romans to treat the Britons with more caution. Today, Boudicca stands as a symbol of resistance, courage, and the unbreakable spirit of a warrior queen. Her name lives on in history, a reminder that even against overwhelming odds, one woman can defy an empire. And what do you think? Could Boudicca have won with a different strategy? Let us know in the comments. Like, share and subscribe for more epic history stories. Boudica, the warrior queen, 60 AD.